All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Indy. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Indy Car Brasil makes a stop in Indianapolis tonight. Race number 5 in that 2019 Indy Z Car series. It's the road course. It's the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. 50 laps here tonight. And this is a very, very fun, high-speed road course, boys and girls. Should be a lot of fun. And of course, it's live right here on TurnLeft TV. Well, it's Indy, baby. We got 2 weeks here. Tonight is the road course. The Grand Prix of Indianapolis. All right, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. Right now, these guys are in the qualification session, and what a great race this is going to be. Indy Car Brasil heading into Indianapolis for the Grand Prix of Indy. And like I said, we are in the qualification session. Anderson Ferreira, the first one to dock a time there, 1:18.050. We're taking a look at Ettersmagel here in the 82 as he makes his laps. Well, most people, when they think about Indianapolis, they really don't think about the road course, but this thing's been in operation since well, at least in the IndyCar series, sometime around 2014 or so. A little bit earlier when you start looking at maybe Indy Lights. But nonetheless, Indianapolis located in the Midwest, and surface there is asphalt. You see just under 4 kilometers in length, 14-turn road course. And it does use part of the main course there. They're actually going to go the opposite way down the front stretch and cross the yard of bricks the other direction. That would be from south to north on that track. So grew up around Indianapolis. I live about 40 miles away. And been to Indianapolis Motor Speedway many, many times, man. I'm excited about the next 2 weeks. This week is the road course, and next week is the oval. See Anderson Ferreira, still the top time, 1:17.110. Ismael Cobas shown in second. Edgelson Carnero currently third, 1:17.648. We're following the 44 of Edson Luis as he makes his qualification attempt. Take a look at the point standings here in the Indy Car Brasil Indy Z Car series. See Ben Arcelva, 172 points there in first. Ismael Cobas just behind. 157 points there in his second position. Neto Vidal, his teammate, 153 points there in third. Edson Luis, 128 points there in the fourth position. And P5 is Edgelson Carnero with 126 points. You see Elder Mueller, Thiago Facini, Anderson Ferreira, Julio Caligari, and Lafla Cesar rounding out the top 10. Take a look at the schedule here. Of course, 50 laps tonight here at the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. And next week, like I said, Indianapolis 500, man, the oval there, 120 laps there at the famed oval. So 2 weeks here at Indy, man. Hopefully these guys are going to come by here. We'll have a few cervezas. Circuit of Americas, that is located in Texas, Austin, Texas, I believe. 50 laps there coming up on August the 12th. You see Road America, 50 lapper there coming up on August the 19th. And we got Toronto and then back to an oval at Iowa on September the 2nd. We got Mid-Ohio, another road course, and then back to an oval, if you really want to call Pocono an oval, on September the 9th, and then finishing out the season at the Corkscrew, Laguna Seca. 52 lapper there on September the 23rd. Tonight's race is brought to you by Indy Car Brasil. Not only Indy cars, these guys do some stock cars, they do DTM cars. There's all kinds of stuff in the works here at Indy Car Brasil. Give these guys a look. Thanks so much to Sullivan Gardena and all the crew here at Indy Car Brasil for being so welcoming to me and allowing me to come in and broadcast these races. So great racing going on here tonight from Indy Car Brasil. Looks like Michelle Mendonça, top time, 1:16.811. Edson Luis second, 1:16.869. Anderson Ferreira is third. Ismael Cobas fourth, and Edelson Carnero qualifies in the 5th position. I want to thank you so much for coming out to the YouTube channel and checking out TurnLeft TV. I always appreciate people coming and watching the videos. If you like what you see, please hit the thumbs up button. You can share these videos with your friends on any social media platform. I allow the YouTube videos to be shared. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends about it. Have them come here and subscribe as well. If you'd like to donate, you can hit the donate button up in the link in the banner through PayPal. Any type of support you give us here at TurnLeft TV, greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for coming out. Hopefully you got a cool drink beside you, maybe a warm drink if coffee is your gig. But nonetheless, sit back, relax, and watch these guys make it happen here in Indy Car Brasil. Got about 5 minutes left here in the warm-up session. A couple guys joining us in the chat here. Neto Vidal, Jair Oliveira said, "Hey, Masca, I'm turning right tonight on Automobilista." All right, man. Hey. Good luck to you there. I can see you out here on the track, but hey, I understand that. Neto Vidal, good luck to him tonight. He's going to be competing in the race this evening, so wish him the best of luck. Always a great supporter there, Neto Vidal. Hey, coming up on Wednesday, man, we'll be at Eagle Creek Speedway with the Ironman Racing Series. It's race number 7 in that 3rd season of 2019. 107 laps from Eagle Creek. That's Kentucky. That's coming up on Wednesday, July the 31st. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And, of course, it'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. Man, that is a great track. Should be a blast. Always love that track, man. And given the tire rule in that series, definitely adds a twist to the racing there. You're limited on the number of tires you can take, so you're going to see guys throwing out some strategy there to gain some track position and try to maybe win that chess match. Take a look at the side-by-side. Looks like it's working just fine. Always like doing that. Hey, again, thanks so much for joining us. If you can also support us here on TurnLeft TV by clicking on the link down in the description of this race. That Fanatic link, if you're interested in purchasing a wheel or pedals in the market for any sim racing equipment, man, give those guys a look. I've got the DD1 wheelbase with the BMW GT wheel and a awesome shifter as well as the invert V3 pedals, and love every single bit of that equipment, man. It's been a huge upgrade for me and made racing just that much more fun for me. I'll tell you what, man, I cannot speak any more positively about the wheelbase and the wheel and how real it feels. Feeling all the undulations in the track. These guys do a great job, and please support us if you decide to purchase. Follow that link down in the channel there. That would greatly help us out. Thanks so much. Got a couple minutes left here. They get Ben Silva, our points leader. He has been lightning fast this season, and really in the races or a race or two where maybe he wasn't in a position to really win the race, he is bounced back and given himself a good enough finish there to maintain the points lead. So definitely a guy to watch this season is that 87 car. Here's Neto Vidal here in the 21 car, one of the sinister racing machines. Good luck to him tonight. About a minute and a half left here, and looks like Anderson Ferreira, maybe, no, Filarari in here said, hey, let's go with Sinister. We've got some Sinister racing fans here tonight. Awesome. So welcome. Thanks for coming in. Said it's Felipe. Hey, I know that. Felipe. Boa noche, Felipe. My Brazilian friends have taught me like 5 words. It's obrigado, boa noche, boa sorte. That's 4 words. I'm not doing too bad there, man. I'm starting to understand a little bit better, but wish I was able to speak it every day. Beautiful language. Portuguese. All right, man. We're getting ready to make it happen here, so hold on to your horses. Your Carvalhos. It's race number 5 here in Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Grand Prix of Indy. 2019 Indy Z Car Series, race number 5, 50 lapper here tonight. Should be a great one. Well, I think we're going to get the command to start the engines here. Sounds like that's what it is right there. All right, starting on the pole here tonight is Michelle Mendonça in that 2 car. Starting in the 2nd position is the 44 of Edson Luis. Starting in the 3rd position is the 86 of Anderson Ferreira. Starting in the 4th position is the 14 of Ismael Cobas. Starting in the 5th position is the 09 of Edson Carneiro. Starting in the 6th position is the 21 of Neto Vidal. Starting in the 7th position is the 87 of Ben Orsilma. Starting in the 8th position, actually, he's going to have to, looks like he's going to, oh, he got DQ'd. I have to do a restart on that. Elder Mueller in the 02. Starting in the 9th position, Carlos Leite. 54 starts in 10th. Edders Magel in the 82 starts in the 11th position. And Olafo Cesar in that 12th car starting in the 12th position from the pits. So it should be a great one, man. This is Indy. Always a good race at Indy. 50 laps here. Patience through the internal portion of this course, and you can really get on it. You got some straightaway down the inside portion of the course, and you got some straightaway, of course, down the front stretch. But the rest of the course, they're flat, of course, and a lot of turns. Pretty wide, though. You got a lot of room. Just got to be patient. So here we go. Pace car is in. Michelle Mendonça leading the field in that 2 car. Edson Luis on the outside. Into 44. Here we go. It is a drag race into turn 1. It's going to be chaos here if these guys aren't careful. Side by side. Look at that, man. The 86 car there is fighting for position. Anderson Ferreira wants to get that car out front here, and no can do right now. Michelle Mendonça holds him off. Now just behind Michelle Mendonça's car. And Anderson Ferreira, these guys have been lightning fast. Another one to watch tonight is Ismael Colbus. He's also been lightning fast here tonight. Take a look at Edson Luis in 3rd. That 44 car, you see that long straight here down the inside portion of the track. One of the main access roads. Oh, he's hard on the brakes, and he might have gotten some contact there. 21 car, Neto Vidal might have gotten into the back of him. Looks like he's recovered there in that 21, but there looked like there was some contact going into that turn, and I don't know whether he's boogered up that front wing or not. Looks like it's okay. Ben Orsilva just behind him in the 87 car, running in the 7th position. He is working all over the back of Neto Vidal down the front stretch. Crossing the yard of bricks. He's going to try to take that position. Moves that car up to 6th. Neto Vidal fighting back there. Is he going to try to catch it? No, he's not. He's going to back off there and let that 87 car go. Take a look at Angelson Carnero running in the 5th position. All important here with him. You see what it's like to get on these in the turns here on the inside portion of this track. Like I said, you just got to be patient there. You got really wide turns, a lot of room, a lot of overrun area here you can take advantage of. And you got this long stretch here in that main road down the middle of the turn, or the infield. Edders Magel there, overshooting that turn just a little bit. Take a look at Edders Magel. Oh man, he might have gotten off the track. Look like he's off the track there just a little bit. The 82 car, that Jack Daniels Chevy, having some trouble here as Olafo Cesar makes that pass. Edders Magel, they're trying to gather things back up. He is in the 11th position on the main part of the track here. Edson Luis here trying to get around Anderson Ferreira to take over the 2nd position. We can't take a look at that pass there as it's down the front stretch on the outside line of 44. Trying to get around that 86 car. Look at that side-by-side action right there. 86 holds on to that spot. 44 holds on to third. Anderson Ferreira is in second. Edson Luis is third. Michel Mendonça right now is the race leader. He's got about a 2.5 second lead over Anderson Ferreira. Edson Luis third. Ismael Cobas is fourth. Look at Ben Silva here. That 87 car. Oh, and he comes around right there. Oh my gosh, and some contact there. Looked like Neto Vidal might have gotten into him. So Ben Silva, tough circumstance right there. He just comes around. Looked like that thing just snapped around on him right there. And then the 21 car of Neto Vidal has nowhere to go and then tries to avoid, but makes contact there. So Neto Vidal, hard lick for him. Let's see if we can't get another look at this here real quick. This is on board here with Neto Vidal as he's trying to get through this. And oh, contact right there. Now he loses the front wing, so he is now on pit lane, I believe, to get some service done on that machine. Take a look, Carlos Leite here in the 54 car. Oh, he spins that car just about the same spot that Ben Silva spun his car. Getting that car coming around there. Edersmego going by on the outside. Take a look at Edson Luis and Anderson Ferreira. This battle just continuing to rage here. That 44 car on that outside line, it looks like he might have that position. Anderson Ferreira there trying to battle back and holds off. The 44 car takes over second. Anderson Ferreira back to third. Oh, wow, man, that is a tight battle right there. Looking out of the back of Edson Luis's machine at Anderson Ferreira. The 86 car. Good tight battle. Take a look at this two-car. Michel Mendonça leading the field. Take a look at the side-by-side. This is Edgelson Carnero running in the 5th position down on that lower right frame. Right now he is about 8.5 seconds, well, about 8 seconds down in the 5th spot. He is working on the back of Ismael Cobas, though. A pretty close battle there between the two of those guys. About a second right now. We got these guys fairly evenly spread out at this point. Take a look here. As Michel Mendonça goes by. There's our race leader. There is Edson Luis, Anderson Ferreira, Ismael Cobas, and Edgelson Carnero. All there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, man, right there together. So they're pretty much equally spaced out. So Michel Mendonça is the race leader here on lap 6. A long way to go here. Edson Luis second, Anderson Ferreira is third, Ismael Cobas fourth, Edgelson Carnero is fifth. Take a look at the Olafo Cesar here and running in the 7th position. He's had to sort of avoid a lot of people spinning around and having some trouble, but he's in 7th and about 29 seconds down, about 30 seconds I guess now down here, so still on the lead lap, but trying to maybe hope for some pit stop action, maybe gain some positions here. You can look at Edgelson Carnero here working on Ismael Cobas down the front stretch. He's got that inside position for the right-hander. Making it wide there for a good entry into turn one, and Edgerson Carnero moves that car up to the fourth position. Ismael Tova's back with fifth, looking out of the back of Edgerson's car. So that 09 car now in the fourth spot. Carlos Leite here in the 54 car. Sort of out there by himself right now. Looks like he's coming down pit lane. The 54 making a pit stop here. So the 54 might be the first one to start pushing these guys to come down pit lane. We'll see. He is definitely on pit lane. Remember, he's had a little bit of damage there, I believe, from an earlier incident, so he's probably going to be in there a while. As Carlos Leite taking service here on lap 8. Michelle Mendoza continuing to lead the field. Got about a 5-second lead over Edson Luis. Anderson Ferreira just behind Edson in third. Take a look at Anderson Ferreira running in the third position. This is a tight battle here, man. I'll tell you what. He is not let Edson get away from him, man. He is closed in on that in that turn, and oh man, a little bit different entry there. Edson Luis takes it wide, and Anderson Ferreira trying to cut the turn there just a little bit. A little shallow on that turn. But he can't rest because just behind him is Edgerson Carnero. So this is a good battle here. This is second, third, and fourth. We're following the 86. He is in third. Anderson Ferreira. Oh, look who joined us, man. Sandro Kelmer. Good to see Sandro out tonight. Buenas noches, Sandro. Let's go, go, go. Neto Vidal. So, man, we got some guys here. Some guys here rooting for Neto Vidal, man. He's a big star. A lot of Sinister Racing fans. I know there's a lot of guys that race for Sinister, and I've seen them racing a different, stock cars, of course. They do a little stock car action. They do some GT3s, of course, and whenever these guys are doing DTM cars too. But I really see them in other mods too, racing. So, other sims too. So, just passionate racers there at Sinister Racing. I'll tell you what, man, Anderson Ferreira is hawking Edson Luis right now. He is all over the back of Edson Luis. This is a battle. This is the 86 car of Anderson Ferreira, and he is not letting Edson Luis forget about him. Guys entering that main part of the track here, high speed. Good chance to draft up there close and maybe try to outbreak him into turn one. Of course, Edgerson Carnero here watching this action. You see, I tell you what, man, he is trying to outbreak him, and he's going to try to take that inside. We were trying to find Edgerson Carnero, and I went back up here to see this action. 86 car takes that spot, so he had a good run down the front stretch. Got a good draft, and was able to get inside position and gets around the 44. I think the 44 right now, he realized that Anderson Ferreira was a little bit faster than he was, and really didn't fight him for that position. Take a look at that. Edders Magel here running in the 8th position in that 82 car. So headed down turn one, into turn one here. That Jack Daniels machine running in the top 10 in 8th. Take a look at Ben Arcelma here in the 87 car. He's had a little bit of issue there. Remember, there's some contact Neto Vidal got into him as he came around the turn. He spun around, and Neto Vidal made some contact. So we know that the 87 car's got some damage as well. These guys just continue to look at this, man. Edsel Luis on the outside line down the front stretch. He's going to try to get back around Anderson Ferreira. These guys just keep swapping positions. Of course, Michelle Mendonça likes that. Look at that tight battle right there. Woo. Man, what a pass by Edsel Luis. And this is just a battle. Oh, it's side by side, and Anderson Ferreira comes around. He's in the kitty litter. Oh, boy. Big shakeup right there. So the 86 car, Edsel Luis and Anderson Ferreira get together. Watch this, man. Now, Edsel Luis gains that spot on him here. This is coming down the front stretch. He goes to the outside, has a great run on the outside, and is able to take this spot here. But look at this, man. This is a tight battle here through turn one. It gets tight. Look at that, man. Whoa. There might be some contact. These guys battling it out. And some contact right there. I think Ferreira was trying to go by on the inside, and 44, Edsel Luis tried to slam the door. And there was contact. See what Ederson Carnero saw, and he was trying to go by, and he's trying to pick a lane there, and he goes by on the low lane. On board here with Anderson Ferreira. He's going to sneak through, and then, oh, no room right there. Edsel Luis, Anderson Ferreira get together. I don't think there's any damage there, but nonetheless, losing some spots. And Ismael Colbus here, we'll take a look at him. He's running in the 7th position. He's getting by Elder Mueller. Now, Elder Mueller spun around here. We'll take a look and see what happened to Elder. And that 02 car, and he just gets loose right there, comes around, gets into the grass. No damage, and I think everybody gets through. But he's lost a ton of spots. Take a look at the 54 car. He has had an eventful night here, and he's trying to go wide there on that turn, just misses it. And then, oh, man, I tell you what, there was almost contact right there. Carlos Leite comes around. Take a look at this again. Like one of those sinister racing guys goes around right there to avoid him. Edders Magel in the grass to try to avoid him. He gets that car spun around and facing the right direction. But, man, we've got some action going on here. 87 car, man. Now he just keeps plugging away, doesn't he? Anderson Ferreira. Oh, Anderson Ferreira in the wall. Anderson Ferreira, big-time contact with the wall. That car is just messed up right there. He's lost both wings. Oh, my heavens. Let's see what happened to Anderson Ferreira. Remember, he and Carlos Leite, Edsel Luis. Oh, he gets loose right there coming off the turn and straight into the wall. Man, that is just hard contact. Oh, my heavens. Take a look here at Ben Silva as he's running through, and he sees Anderson Ferreira spins and then slamming the wall right there. So Anderson Ferreira, trouble. Remember, he had a hard lick. We'll take one more look at this. He had a hard lick there, or a battle, and he just gets into the wall, man. That is just head on into the wall. What a tough break, man. He was having a fantastic race. Got into a battle with Edsel Luis, and man, one thing led to another. This is Edsel Luis. He's running in the 2nd position. One thing led to another for Anderson Ferreira. What a tough deal for him. Definitely throw off your rhythm there. When you have a little bit of a clash with somebody, it can throw off your rhythm, and it just looks like one thing led to another there for him. That is a tough break there for Anderson Ferreira. Carlos Leite here on pit lane. He's had some trouble as well. He's in the 11th position as Michelle Mendonça continuing to lead the field. He's got about an 8.5, almost 9-second lead now on the field. So here, 14 laps in, Michel Mendonça, the race leader. Edson Luis is second. Edgelson Carnero is third. Take a look at the 09 of Edgelson Carnero, running in the third position. He is always a solid contender at these road courses. Really, no matter what car you put him in, he's always going to be in contention. Very, very solid. He gets a lot of practice laps in. Very consistent race car driver. And when he is clicking on all cylinders, man, I mean, he is really, really tough to beat. Ismael Colbus here in the 14 car. Trying to move up here. And he gets around Olafo Cesar. Olafo Cesar, I don't know what's going on with him, whether he's had some trouble there or not. Like he may have just missed a turn. So Olafo Cesar here running in the sixth position. Take a look at this pass again. This is Ismael Colbus, and Olafo Cesar just kind of pulls over there. I don't know if he just missed the turn or what, or missed a shift, whatever the case may be, and Ismael Colbus gets by. Neto Vidal here in the 21 car, climbing up on the back of Anders Magel, and Anders Magel off the track there just a little bit as Neto Vidal goes by. Edson Luis trying to get by as well. This is a tight battle here with these guys. So Neto Vidal gets by. Anders Magel now back to the 8th position. Take a look at that 82 car. Anders Magel, that Jack Daniels sponsored machine. Right now running in 8th. Always good to see Eder out here giving us the devil horns. He's a headbanger, man. He loves that hard rock. Heavy metal. We better take his mug off there. I don't have that done for all the drivers there. I sort of started to do it and then backed off a little bit. Got caught up doing some other things, but we'll try to get them all done. The ones I have pictures for. Felipe says Sinister used to be the biggest team in Brazilian sim racing. But now guys have gotten old, man. They're working hard, raising kids, living life. Slow down from the game playing a little bit. I got to understand that, believe me. It's a lot more fun when we can sit here and play games all day. Look at Michel Mendonça. He is the race leader. Oh, man, Michel Mendonça misses the turn there. He misses the turn, but oh my gosh, did he jump back on that car or not? Man, that thing got back on the road. He has not lost a position, but that car came around on him. So our race leader having a little issue here. We'll take a look at this again. I think he just misses this turn. Spins that car. He gets in on the brakes there just a little bit hard and turning the car at the same time. Good news for him is the car doesn't get into the wall, doesn't spin all the way around. He's able to get that thing pointed back in the right direction and get it right back on the track. So the two, Michel Mendonça having some trouble here, but able to recover. How about that? Neto Vidal here entering turn 1. And that car coming around on him, and he's up over the curb there. He does get that car spun back around. He looks like he's going to be okay, but wow, we got an eventful few laps here, don't we? So take a look at Edson Luis here in the 44, running in the 2nd position. I'm sure he's seen that time close up there. He saw Michel Mendonça had some trouble and has now closed that gap. So he is only about 4.5 seconds down. Here's somebody we haven't checked on here lately is this 87 car, Ben Orsilva. He's running in the 4th position, 35 seconds down. He is our points leader coming into tonight. And we'll take a look at the standings here. Ben Orsilva, pretty comfortable lead right now over Ismael Cobas. Not real comfortable, but enough, a little bit of cushion there. Neto Vidal in 3rd, Edson Luis 4th, and Edgelson Carnero 5th in points coming into tonight's race. So fast and furious. Ben Orsilva running in the 4th position. Take a look at Elder Mueller here. He in the 02 car running in the 8th position. Don't talk too much about Elder. I want to say thanks so much to Elder and all his work and helping translate after the races and so forth, and being sort of that go-between guy that's able to send some messages back and forth, and his highly prized skill of being able to speak at least 2 languages, probably more, who knows. I lived in Australia for a bit, and one of my roommates could speak 4 languages fluently. I could not believe it. Just amazing. At least from my perspective, I don't speak any other language. A little of Spanish, I guess. Oh, Edders Magel there coming around. Oh, and he gets into the wall, and that wing goes over the wall there, so Edders Magel having some trouble. A lot of these guys starting to have a little trouble here. Then Neto Vidal getting some word that he might have had some trouble too. So he's missed that turn, and he comes around. And he's in the kitty litter, but he does not get that car into anything, at least for now. So the 21 back out on the track, but Ben Orsilva going to go around. So a lot of guys here starting to have trouble here. We'll take a look at Ben Orsilva as he's made that pass. This Anderson Ferreira here trying to gain some spots and get back in this baby. He is in the 8th position after making that pass over Elder Mueller. Remember, he had a lot of damage there on an earlier incident. He and Edson Luis got together. Speaking of Edson Luis, here in that 44 car, he is going to take over the race lead as we've got some guys coming down pit lane. And one of those guys is Michel Mendonça. So Michel Mendonça making a pit stop here, coming back out on track, giving up some positions on the track. He's now shown in 4th, but he's got a full load of fuel and some fresh tires. He is 38 seconds down with some of these other guys. Man, they're going to have to come down pit lane. Edson Luis, I'm guessing, is going to have to come back down pit lane at some point. Ben Orsilva, Edgelson Carnero, I skipped over him. He's going to have to come down pit lane as well. So Michel Mendonça giving up the race lead to take some service. Edson Luis now our race leader. Tell you what, man, this has been an exciting race. A lot of swapping positions, but guys the track just jumping up and biting them in a hurry here. You think some guy's pretty comfortable, and then all of a sudden he just misses a turn, and it really doesn't even look like it misses it by much, and the guy comes around. Most of the spins I think we've seen tonight have been really, guys early not getting to the wall. We've seen a couple of cases where guys got into each other, or somebody couldn't react quick enough and they get into somebody else, but for the most part, guys are spinning and able to get the car turned back around and just lose some positions or lose time. And, maybe mess up the tires a little bit. But for the most part, it just seems like most of them are sort of self-imposed problems that these guys are able to recover from. So the 44 of Edson Luis is the race leader. Well, Edson Luis going to have to contend with the likes of Edelson Carnero. He got a big win last week. Edelson drove his butt off, man. Qualified 5th and led 22 of 45 laps, and he was really in the right place at the right time at a very, very challenging course at that Long Beach City Circuit. So a big win for Edelson Carnero last week. He's got some work to do to be able to catch up to Edson Luis and some of these folks. Maintain his position in second. We'll get back here and look at that 09 car. He's 15 seconds down. Got a little bit of work to do, as I said. He's going to have to hold off from Michel Mendonça. I'm sure Benor Silva is going to be charging as well. So speaking of those two, look at this. Michel Mendonça caught Benor Silva, and he's going to go by here on the low side. Gets by that 87 car into turn 1. So Michel Mendonça picks up a spot now, up to 3rd. Edson Luis here, our race leader in that 44 car. Oh no, man, he's off the track and he hits the wall there. He doesn't lose any fenders, doesn't lose any spoiler there, but that car has made contact with the outside wall. Tire barrier there, and he is definitely going to have to come down pit lane and get some service done on that machine. That car got away from him. Man, that's what I'm saying. It just really didn't look like it was much, but it got away from him. Look at this. He gets that car at least pointed in a parallel to the wall. It doesn't go head on into the wall and lose the front spoiler or the rear wing there. And he is going to have to come down pit lane, I am sure, and I think he is on pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. So that is correct, and guess what? Last week's race winner is now our new race leader. Edson Luis coming back on track after taking service. So what a tough break there for Edson Luis, and he has to come in and get some service. Take a look at Benor Silva here, taking some service as well. Edelson Carnero is the race leader. Michel Mendonça is second. Edson Luis third. Benor Silva is fourth. 24 laps in. Look at Ismael Cobas. He's now moved up to the 4th position. Benor Silva's on pit lane. So getting some word that maybe Benor Silva might have made some more contact. That coming back off pit lane there to rejoin, and actually he's coming off the track, coming down pit lane, taking some service. Oh, and he smacks the wall right there. Man, he smacked the wall right there. We'll take a look at the skin. It's a little bit longer deal. He passes on that apron there, coming down pit lane. See if we can't get another view of this. I think it just gets away from him right here, and he smacks the wall. Not a very good view, no matter how you look at that. 87 has Benor Silva trying to get in his pit stall, and Edson Luis coming out. So, man, I tell you why, just things keep continuing to happen here for these guys. I think everybody's going to have a little bit of bad luck here. Oh, speaking of bad luck, the 02, Elder Mueller coming around. No problem for him, just going to lose a little bit of time there. Man, these guys are, and this is his teammate, Edelson Carnero, in the 09. He is coming down pit lane. So the 09 making a pit stop here, giving up the race lead. That lead's going to go back to Michelle Mendonça. Take a look at Michelle Mendonça here in the 2 car, back to the race lead. So everybody on this track, I think, has had a little bit of trouble. Anderson Ferreira getting some word that he might have spun around and retired his machine. We'll take a look and see what happened to him. Oh, any contact right there with Olafo Cesar. Those guys got together. Oh, my heavens, man. Going on board here with Anderson Ferreira. Oh, right into the back. I think there might have been some warp there. With Olafo Cesar might have warped. Anderson Ferreira just ran right over him, but I think he might have warped. Man, that is just too bad, as that's going to ruin Anderson Ferreira's night there, but I don't think Olafo Cesar really did anything. It's like he might have warped. What a tough break there. Michelle Mendonça to the race lead. This race is turning out to be a war of attrition, man. Who is going to be the last man standing? As Michelle Mendonça is the leader. Edelson Carnero is second, but Michelle Mendonça has a huge lead right now. Can he hold on? Can he keep this car from spinning around? I think at this point you don't have anybody really pressuring you. Anybody comes up on you that's a lap car, just let them go. Nobody's really pressuring you here, so there's no reason to really overdrive the turns and risk getting that car turned around. So this has been a hugely interesting race, has it not? See the rundown there. Michelle Mendonça is first. Edelson Carnero second. Edson Luis shown in third. Ismael Cobas fourth. Benor Silva is fifth. I mean, we had some big players here tonight who've had some issues. Don't forget, coming up on Wednesday, we'll be at Eagle Creek Speedway, race number 7 in the third season of 2019. 107 laps. Some of the guys that are out here on the track tonight, I think they'll be racing in that. So that's coming up on Wednesday, the Ironman Racing Series, live right here on TurnLeft TV. Carlos Leite here in that 54, trying to pick up some positions. Oh, I tell you what, looks like Anders Magel might have gone off track here. Anders Magel comes around. See what happened to him. I think he just missed the turn. It's pretty much the portrait of what most people have had. It just seems like the thing that sneak up and bite you there in a hurry. We've had a lot of guys get loose right there and spin around that 82 car there. Trying to get that thing spun back around and facing the right direction. Carlos Leite having some trouble here too, taking that turn a little fast, and a little bit of oversteer right there. Nothing comes around. He's in the grass, but nonetheless, no damage for the 54. I tell you, I think what happens is the tires start to get used up a little bit, and it gets really, really slick. Go on board here with Michelle Mendonça, our race leader. It's flat, you get some sharp turns, you are carrying a lot of speed into some of these turns, so the thing can get away from you, especially on older tires. Got to be really, really patient. Just coming down that long straight in the infield. Hard left-hander here. Having some rubber laid down on the track, sort of giving you an idea where that groove is. That helps out a little bit. And up on the main part of the track, the oval. Turn 14 is actually turn 1 in real life, or in the oval. As Michelle Mendoza crosses the start-finish line. Our race leader here on lap 30. Again, we're scheduled to go 50 laps. A lot of room there for him. Carlos Leite giving him a lot of room there. Again, good savvy driving by Carlos Leite. Well, next week, man, we're going to be at the Indianapolis 500, the Oval. It's not actually going to be 500 miles, but 120 laps there at the Oval. So these guys are going to hang around in Indy for a little while. I think we're going to go out and have some cervezas after the race here, and maybe throughout the week. So coming up on August the 5th, next Monday, 120 laps at Indy and the Oval. 2 weeks at Indy, baby. Felipe says, looks like the German F1 GP. I haven't seen the German F1 GP. I don't normally watch F1. I like the Blancpain series, but don't make it happen to watching F1. Not that I don't appreciate F1. I'm guessing that must have been a interesting race with some trials and tribulations. Speaking of trials and tribulations here, Edders Magel, he's had a tough race here. He's coming down pit lane in that 82. He is carrying a ton of speed right there. He gets that thing loaded up on pit lane. Carlos Leite here having some issues. He comes around trying to get that car straightened back up. So again, seeing is sort of the same thing we saw earlier. Guys on older tires here starting to have some problems here as far as the handling is concerned. Edgerson Carnero here in the 09 car running in the second position. Just behind him is Ismael Kolbas. And now Ismael is running in the fourth position. He's one lap down, but he's trying to get around so maybe he can catch up and get that lap back. This is a part of the track here where you can kind of relax a little bit. You know, it's an easy part of the track to drive. A little bit of a breather here. Running through sixth gear here down the front stretch. Crossing the yard of bricks into turn 1, and then it's going to be hard on the brakes and some downshifting here in a hurry. And now's the time you got to get back up on the wheel here and really start paying attention. Now this is easy to start driving racing another car here, but the best bet here is just to race the track and let things fall into place. Take a look at Edson Luis here in the 44 car. He's running in the third position. And he had some issues earlier in the race, and now trying to battle back. So he and Anderson Ferreira there got together. 41 here having a good night though still. He's in third. Gotta like that, man. If you're having some trouble and you get that car back up to third, at least it lessens the sting. Ismael Kolbas, we took a look at him. He's in fourth. Benor Silva talking about bouncing back here. He's had a couple incidences where he's had some trouble there. One coming down pit lane, he smacked the wall. Maybe coming in to get some repairs from an earlier incident. He did spin that car around, lost some positions. Lafo Cesar here running in the 6th position in that 12 car. See Ettersnagel there in the sand, in the kitty litter. Take a look at the 82. He's running in the 9th position. Carlos Leite, I think he might have retired his machine. Looks like he's coming off pit lane here, and I think he just had some more trouble here. Oh, man, he smacks the wall. Look at that, man. There's a little piece there stuck out. That car is just toast. Oh, my heavens. Watch this, man. This happened in a hurry, man. Watch this. He makes contact with this portion that kind of juts out from the wall, and then that car head on in, and the tire goes up into the air. And Carlos Leite, big impact for him. My heavens, man, he's left parts and pieces all over the track. So attrition, we've got 2 guys out of the race. Carlos Leite, Anderson Ferreira, both out of the race, finishing 10th and 11th respectively. Joe Mendonça is the race leader here on lap 34. Again, we got 50 laps here tonight. Got a few laps to go, man. 15 laps, it takes a while. Edgelson Carnero is 35 seconds down in the 2nd position. Edson Luis is 3rd. Ismael Colbus is in the 4th position. Ben Arcelva 5th. Take a look at Elder Mueller here in the 02. Running in the 7th position. Got a pretty quiet night here. That's kind of what you want to have here, you know. You just want to get a good point tonight, and Elder Mueller, one of the nicest guys out there on the track, most respectful drivers. Very track aware, has great situational awareness. Good teammate there to Edgelson Carnero. Those guys always working together to try to hone in those cars, the 02 and the 09. Always contenders and good teammates. We'll take a look at Ben Arcelva here in the 87 car. Now Ben Arcelva is running in the 5th position. Talk about a guy who can battle back from adversity, man. We've seen it time and time again. Always a competitor, but man, if he ever has any trouble, he's always able to seem to make the best of it. Get the car back up in contention. So right now running in 5th, and I'm sure he is wanting to try to hone in on that 4th place car, and that is Ismael Colbus. See, there goes Ismael right now. You see how far Ben Arcelva is back. He's probably a little ways there, so there's a little separation between the 2 of them. So quite a bit of time there. He's going to have some work to do if he's going to get back up there. There's Ben Arcelva coming around right there. Take a look at Ismael Colbus here. Oh, and he has some trouble there. He has some trouble. That car comes around. Oh, man, did Edgelson Carnero get through that? I think that might have been close, huh? Actually, that might have been Elder Mueller slipping through here. We'll see. Those cars look so similar, it's hard to tell the difference between the 2 of them. It does look like that was probably Edgelson Carnero. Sorry about that. We'll take a look at Edgelson's view, and that is the case. So watch this. He comes around the turn. He sees that 14 car coming around, and he slips through. Not for position, but nonetheless, he's able to sneak through there without making any contact. Ismael Cobas here in fourth, bouncing back after spinning that car. Hard to do, man. Hard to get right back up on the wheel and continue at your pace, and you're just trying to feel out in your head, how bad are these tires now that I've spun around, and in some cases you could probably even feel that there's a vibration. So he's coming up there to Olafo Cesar there and going around Olafo Cesar. A lot of room there from Olafo, so good job there letting him by, giving him a lot of room in that 23 car. Take a look at his teammate up here, Michel Mendonça, continuing to lead the field here on lap 38. He's actually expanded that lead. Edgelson Carnero now 41 seconds down. Edson Luis a little over a minute down in third. Those are the three guys that are on the lead lap. Take a look at Neto Vidal here, running into 8th position. Neto's shown 2 laps down. He's wanting to close in on maybe Olafo Cesar and get some positions here. You see Olafo Cesar there, slow on the track as he does get by, and I think he was just letting, well, that was an interesting pass there. I think he was just letting another car through and maybe did not realize that Neto Vidal was right there, and that was 4th position. Take a look at this again. This is the 21 car, and he's going to get by. Looks like Olafo Cesar gets over to let one of the cars through. And Neto Vidal takes that spot. So Neto Vidal now up to 7th. Got Edders Magel there. Looks like Edders Magel's missing the front of that car there. He's had some trouble. He's running in the 9th spot. Look at Ismael Cobas here. He is running in the 4th spot, and he's had some trouble there. We've seen a couple laps where Ismael Cobas has had some trouble in that 14 car. Sinister Racing sponsor machine, but he's back out on track. Does not lose any positions. How about that, man? That is just, that's some skill right there. But I'm definitely in his head, he's got to be thinking, what did I do to these tires, man? I didn't make any contact with anything, but what did I do with these tires? So he's just trying to find a rhythm. Meanwhile, Neto Vidal in the 21, the race leader. So, excuse me, Neto Vidal is 7th. Sorry, Neto, I didn't mean to get your hopes up. Huh. His Sinister Racing teammate, the 2, Michel Mendonça, is the race leader here on lap 40. Take a look at Edson Luis in that 44 car. He's running in the 3rd position. He's the last car on the lead lap. I'll tell you what I've seen is this 09 car of Edgelson Carnero has been closing the gap. Now, he's got a lot to make up, but he is 37 seconds down. Remember, that was well over 40 as we see Michel Mendonça coming down pit lane. So Michel Mendonça making a pit stop here as Edgelson Carnero still out on track. Look at that. That's a splash and go right there. Splash and go from Michel Mendonça. Quick pit stop here. He does not want to give up that race lead. It's going to be tight. Edgerson Carnero coming around the turn down the straightaway as Michelle Mendonça rejoins the track. So it's going to be a lot tighter here. So we're talking about 10 seconds or so. It's going to take Michelle Mendonça maybe a couple laps here to really find his rhythm. Edgerson Carnero now 7 seconds back. So our race leader, Michelle Mendonça, makes a pit stop, rejoins, and does not lose position. He is still our race leader. Edgerson Carnero 8 seconds back in the second position. Edson Luis is third. Ismael Colba is shown in the fourth position. Benor Silva is fifth. Take a look at Elder Mueller here in the 02 car, running in the sixth position. He's the first car 2 laps down. So he gets wide there on that turn, and probably anticipating somebody coming up there to get around, and he's going to let him go. Again, does not want to affect the outcome of the race for one of these lead lap cars, and I think that was Ismael Colbas. And I think Elder Mueller is actually coming down pit lane, and that is the case. So Elder Mueller making a pit stop here. Late race pit stop here on lap 42. The 02 car on pit lane. Take a look at Olafo Cesar as he gets around Neto Vidal. I think Neto Vidal might have had some trouble here. We'll take a look. Neto Vidal maybe coming around there a little bit. So he's down on that inside, and you're going to see Olafo Cesar go by as he tries to rejoin, and Olafo Cesar goes by and picks up a spot there now in the seventh position as Neto Vidal moves back to eighth. And I think he makes a pass while Elder Mueller was on pit lane, so he's back up to the seventh position now, Neto. Olafo Cesar is in sixth. Neto has had a tough race, man. He's just, oh no, man. We've had guys have a lot of trouble on that turn right there. That is a turn that just has reached out and bitten some guys. And Neto Vidal spins around again, able to keep that car pointed or get back in the right direction. See Benor Silva going by. But that turn right there has really, really been a tough one for a lot of drivers tonight. We've even seen our race leader, Michelle Mendonça, have some trouble. But he's got a 9.5 second lead, 10-second lead now over Edgerson Carnero. Edson Luis is second. Ismael Colbas third. Benor Silva is fifth. Excuse me, Ismael Colbas is fourth. Benor Silva is fifth. Here on lap 43, man, we have not had a moment of rest here. Benor Silva off the pace there is indicating he might have come around. So he's had some trouble. He's running in the fifth spot. I'm sure he was having some hopes here of being able to maybe catch up to Ismael Colbas and give him a run for his money. But right now, he is the last car one lap down in fifth. O2 of Elder Mueller now in the seventh position, trying to close out this race here on lap 44. You see he is really, really being pretty gingerly there with the turns. Just does not want to spin out anymore. Just to say, let's get this thing home here in one piece. There goes our race leader, Michelle Mendonça. Edelson Carnero coming in second right there. That's Edersmagel. Edersmagel now running in the 9th position going by. Ismael Kobus, our 4th place driver. Here's Edson Luis coming around. He's actually in 3rd. This is a tough part of the track here. Very, very tight turn there after carrying so much speed. And you see these guys just carrying a ton of speed down the front stretch. On board here with Michel Mendonça, our race leader, trying to close out this race. He has been so close this season, so competitive, been up front each and every race. Take a look at the point standings. This would be a huge shot in the arm for Michel Mendonça if he can win this race here in that 2 car. I said Olafo Cesar a little while ago was in the 23s, actually in the 12 car. I take that back. Some of these numbers, man, they're so hard for me to see. Not a lot of sheet metal on the car to put a number on there, is there? So Michel Mendonça here on lap 46 has a 10-second lead over Edelson Carnero. Edson Luis is our last car on the lead lap. In 3rd, Ismael Kobus is in 4th. Benor Silva 5th. Thinking Edersmagel has had some issues. Oh, that car spins around there. He gets hard into the wall, man. 82. Having a tough break there, and I think Edson Luis might have had some trouble as well. Edson Luis indicating he might have come off track. We're taking a look at the replay here, and he spins around. How about that, man? How about spinning the car around and then just keep her going. Tires are starting to give up on these cars here. These guys trying to get everything they can get, and the tires are just starting to give up. Now remember, Michel Mendonça came in and he just took fuel. I did not see that car up on a jack. And he changed in tires. Just splash of fuel. Got about 4 laps, about 3.5 laps to go. What a big win this would be for that Sinister Racing team number 2, Michel Mendonça. Edelson Carnero is 2nd. Edson Luis is 3rd. We saw him come around, but he's 33 seconds down. Now these guys, Edson Luis actually closing the gap there, but he's just going to run out of time, I think. Edelson Carnero is here starting to fall back a little bit. He's now 11 seconds back. Ismael Kobus, man, where in the world are the fins on that car? That car is just toast right now, and he is trying to limp this thing around. What has happened to Ismael Kobus in the 14 car? That car is just messed up here. We'll take a look here. Ton of speed right there. Ton of speed, and that car is going to get away from him right there. He's trying to catch it. Ooh, and he hard into the wall. Kind of knocked him back out of the track, but he left his front wing and rear spoiler. And he is trying to limp that car around, and that car comes around. Oh, does he hit a pit crew member? hit one of the safety guys, I think. Comes into the pits, and I think he killed one of the safety guys. Oh, this track is tough, man. Track is tough. Well, this Sinister Racing teammate here has her locked up, I think, if he can just keep this thing pointed in the right direction. He's got an 11-second lead over Edelson Carnero. As we see, Ismael Kolba's taking some service there, so they're going to have to go in the back there and find a rear spoiler and a front wing. Two laps to go. The two, Michelle Mendonça, the race leader, continuing to stretch out that lead. I know those Sinister Racing guys have been in here a lot practicing at this track. Edder's Magel joining us in the chat. It says, good night. Oh, man, Edder. Tough break, man, for you. Good to see you, though. Always good to see you out here racing. I'm sure he'll be back next week at the Indy Oval, I suspect. Michelle Mendonça's just a few turns here from having one lap to go. Up onto the main part of the track around turn 14, which is turn 1 on the oval. Down the front stretch, across the yard of bricks. He's got one lap to go. Michelle Mendonça has a 15-second lead over Edelson Carnero. Edson Luis is third. Ben Arsilva shown fourth. Olafo Cesar now up to the fifth position. How about that, man? Olafo Cesar there just keep plugging away. He's going to end up getting the top 5 if he's not careful, huh? How about that? But right now, it is all Michelle Mendonça. He is on his way to victory. Everybody's had a little bit of trouble tonight. It's just been really a story of how much and can you bounce back. And the 2-car has been in a position where he's able to bounce back, limit the damage. And every single driver out here tonight has had some trouble. But Michelle Mendonça, coming around the final turn down the straightaway, is going to win the Indy Grand Prix. So congratulations to Michelle Mendonça. What a big race win for him. Sinister Racing number 2, Michelle Mendonça, our race winner. He's just driven a great race. Comes away with a great race win. Edelson Carnero finishes second. Edson Luis third. Ben Arsilva finishes in the going to finish in the fourth position. Olafo Cesar is fifth. So I suspect there might be a burnout or two in store here. for that 2 car. Sinister Racing team. Going to enjoy that, I'm sure. Going to get some love there from his teammate coming by. How about that, man? What a big race win for them. What a challenging race that was tonight. Definitely worked these guys over. This track really was deceptively difficult, I think. I mean, you're talking about some of the best drivers in the business here having some issues here tonight. Everybody really had some issues. It was just a matter of recovery. So we'll see if we can't get Elder Mueller up here in the broadcast booth with us. And Michelle Mendonça, of course. Well, hey, Elder, thanks for joining us up here, man. It looks like maybe Michelle Mendonça might have bailed on us.
Yes, we are waiting Michelle, and he disappeared. We don't understand what happens.
Well, I guess you can answer the questions. How did you feel about the race tonight, Michelle?
Michelle win. I was the last competitor in the track. I think that the experience is so much different than his, but this race is very difficult. The setup of the car made him so sleepy. So his rear tires is sleeping, and we have so many incidents in that race. Who can maintain your car in the track, get the good positions?
Yeah, it looked like every single driver tonight had some sort of problems, and it looked like the track just snuck up on you really quickly, and the car would turn around.
I think that what I see is that when you sleep, your rear tires damage too much, and the driving is very, very difficult. I have to stop in the pits earlier because two incidents. I didn't crash, but my tires are so many damaged, and I have to changing.
Well, next week you got the Indy Oval. I'm sure you're going to like that track. 120 laps there next week. And how do you feel about coming back to an oval?
In my case, I haven't good results in road tracks, but I win the first oval track. Then I expect to get a good position in oval. Oval, I think that that all pilots are together. The time is near. All drivers have near times, and the setup is more easy for everyone, because it won't need to adapt it so much. I think that all pilots have good chances that for the next race.
Well, I saw you about halfway through the race, maybe a little bit further toward the end, being really, really kind on letting some of these guys around you that were racing for the lead. That just speaks to how kind of a driver you are and how courteous you are on the track.
Thanks. I was so slow. I think that I was the slowest or one of the slowest pilots in the race. Then I decided to not fight for the position. I decided to sum as much points as I get, but don't fight for the positions. If pilot is faster than me, I open the passage and let him do his race.
And that's a favor that you will probably get returned to you, because those pilots recognize that as well.
I think that league is made for friends in the first place, not pilots. We are fighting for the positions, but in the first place, we are friends. If I don't consider me in that track in position to fight for a result, then I decide to fight only to finish the race.
Well, hey, congratulations tonight. You did battle back to get a 7th place finish, and you got Indianapolis next week with the Oval. Good luck to you, and thanks so much for coming up here tonight. And as always, I appreciate all of your work and your kindness here in translating for us.
Thank you. I see now that I haven't translated anything. I only talk with you. Let me resume some to the spectators. Pois é, eu estou falando aqui com o RJ. Acabou que o Michel saiu, a gente estava subindo aqui para o canal e ele desconectou, ele não veio para a entrevista. O Michel aí que ganhou, parabéns para ele. Ele estava tendo ele é um piloto muito rápido e toda a corrida entrava forte, mas em toda a corrida acabou tendo problemas. Estava difícil ele terminar uma corrida, e assim, ele merecia essa vitória. Ele estava muito rápido e já há algum tempo ele merecia um resultado bom. Infelizmente não deu para falar isso pessoalmente, mas acredito que ele vai assistir aí, ele vai ver. O RJ também parabenizou. E no mais, a gente estava falando aí da próxima corrida, que é aqui em Indianápolis ainda, só que o oval. Nos ovais eu assim, não pude falar pelo Michel e pelos outros, mas eu dei minha opinião, que eu acredito que os ovais, ele aproxima mais os pilotos desse campeonato. O setup é bem parecido para todo mundo, a adaptação é bem parecida para todo mundo. E para mim, pessoalmente, que eu não sou um piloto tão rápido, mas mesmo nos ovais a gente consegue andar pertinho ali, e a prova disso é que eu consegui uma vitória aí no primeiro oval, né, no único oval que a gente teve. Então acredito que todo mundo tem grandes chances de brigar, se manter na pista, tiver cabeça, lutar pela estratégia aí. todo mundo tem grande chance de brigar pela próxima corrida. Então, semana que vem, eu acho que vai ser uma corrida bem bonita aí. Quero dar os parabéns aí também pelo Edilson, segundo lugar aí, que agora parece que espantou de vez o azar e tá subindo aí na tabela. Parabéns aí, Edilson, e um abraço aí para todo mundo. Thanks, EJ. Thank you for your transmission.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next week.
See you. Bye.
All right. All right. That's Eldon Mueller coming up here and joining us, doing some translating, and our Brazilian friends speaking Portuguese. One of these days, man, I might be able to do that. With a good teacher like Eldon Mueller, well on my way, right? Well, hey, man, it was an interesting race. It was a little bit more difficult than what I thought it was going to be. I really thought that the track, being as wide as it was, we did see that for the most part, when you spun around, really only the penalty was maybe giving up some time or losing a few positions. We did see a couple drivers there making contact with the wall and really messing up the car, but it was really, I think, deceptively more difficult than what I thought it was going to be. I really thought the wide turns and flat, and it really wasn't going to be that much of an issue, but it did seem to sneak up on some drivers there and catch them off guard. But I think every single driver here, including our race winner, Michel Mendonça, and congratulations again to him, every single driver here tonight had some level of difficulty that they had to bounce back from. Just look at the end that Michel Mendonça had the answer, was able to come away with a race victory for that Sinister Racing team. Edgelson Carnero gets a great second place finish. Edson Luis, how about battling back and getting a third place finish? And Benor Silva, he had a lot of problems here tonight as well, but finishes in the fourth position. Got to feel pretty good about helping out that, or at least maintaining maybe that points lead. Olafo Cesar, talking about battling back here, finishes in the fifth position. You see Neto Vidal sixth. Eldon Mueller finishes in seventh. Ismael Kobus is in the eighth position. He had a lot of unfortunate circumstances here, a lot of things he had to battle back from tonight. Eders Magel finishes ninth, and Carlos Leite finishes in the 10th position. Well, coming up Wednesday night, we'll be at Eagle Creek Speedway with the Ironman Racing Series. 107 laps there in race number 7 in that third season of 2019. Things heating up in that series here. We're just a little past halfway. What a great race we had last week. And I suspect Eagle Creek really lends itself to the tire rule. That's going to be live right here on TurnLeft TV. 107 laps at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, July the 31st. The Ironman Racing Series. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the YouTube channel and checking out TurnLeft TV. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please hit the thumbs up button in the video if you like what you see. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. And again, you can share these videos with your friends. Post links on your Facebook page or post them on Twitter, Discord, whatever you choose to do. You can definitely share these videos. And if you'd like to hit the donate button, you can do that up in the banner, the link in the banner, the PayPal link there, and donate to the channel. Tonight's race has been brought to you by Indy Car Brasil. These guys do some fantastic racing here. Great friends, as Eldon Mueller was talking about how tight these guys are as far as friends. Racing on the track is one thing, but the most important thing here is the camaraderie and the friendship that these guys have with each other, man. They've been racing together for years, all sorts of different types of cars, and sims as well, and they continue to come back week in, week out to race with each other and enjoy each other's friendship. Well, we'd mentioned we're going to be at the Indianapolis Oval next week, 120 laps on August the 5th. Should be a great race, man. I think a lot of the guys that are out here tonight are really, really excited about seeing that Indy Oval creep up there on them next week. So getting those cars out there, and most guys I think are really, really fond of the Indianapolis track. And I would suspect we're going to have a lot of people watching that race as well. Coming up on Friday, man, if you're interested in doing some racing, cutting your teeth at some stock cars and an rFactor 2, this is a great way to do it here on Friday nights. High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series, 225 lap heat races and a 50 lap feature race from Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. It's race number 9 in the 2019 summer season, and yours truly will be out there on the track. That's right, I'm going to be racing this Friday in those heat races and that feature race. So some of the guys here I've been able to race with in the stock cars, the Bushwhacker Series. So it won't be televised, but it'll be your commentator, yours truly, will be out on the track. See if I can't sling that car around the Tricky Triangle and come away with a decent finish there. So I've had a pretty good year so far, and very, very much enjoy coming out and racing, and not really doing the broadcast, but just racing. So it's a good change of pace. Well, congratulations to Michel Mendonça on a great race win. He seemed just to be in the right place at the right time, but the driver that really had the least mistakes. Everybody out there had mistakes tonight, but he was able to rise to the challenge there and come away with the race win. So good shot in the arm for Michel Mendonça. Congratulations to him. We're getting some guys showing up here in the chat session. Eder said, hey, good night, see you guys soon. I really want to see those ovals come back. Felipe says, thanks for streaming tonight. So thanks for coming in. And Ederson Carnero joining us in the chat there and saying congratulations to Michel. I'm not sure what Ando Muito means, but I'm darn sure going to look it up after the race. So good to see those guys come in and congratulate the race winner too. Ederson finished second tonight, so expect him to be back at it next week at the Oval. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here on TurnLeft TV. Thanks so much for joining us. I greatly appreciate all of your support, and I think we'll see you next time. I got to go let the dog out. We'll see you. We out of here.